Hi folks, Barry the Beer Guy here this morning, a Sunday morning in fall in Minnesota, and it just occurred to me that I took great sense of self-accomplishment in getting this sign back here, well, easy for me to point to, up and running. It was bought from the partner of a bar owner. This is the Miller Coast to Coast version 1 sign made by Lakeside Plastics, but they actually changed their name to, I believe, Gage In-Store Marketing or something. But this sign was made in 1996 and is truly a marvel of engineering. It's extremely heavy, and it's a really cool motion sign. I think that's it parallels or is built off the success and kind of the inner workings of the Hamm Scenorama. But I'm going to just show you a little bit about it today. Stay tuned. The Series 1 has non-lighted bottles, and you can see the detail in them. See with the looks like water droplets and cloudiness, and they're on kind of a stainless steel background here, and it's got a ribbed bottom in blue there, and it's got ice with a little bit of crinkled acrylic plastic behind it. You can't really see that, but here is where it shines. Look at the detail in this, and this is really cool too, how it appears. I don't know how many times the word Miller Lite appears in this. Somebody will probably count them up and post in the comments below, but as you can see, this sign is truly amazing. And look at the motion or action there. That is really cool. And then in the small areas too, you can see how the motion comes through. This is very cool. If by chance you're watching this video and work for Gage In-Store Marketing or Lakeside Plastics and know anything more about this sign, I would love to hear it. But this was made in 1996 and is the first version. And this is cool too, the detail, the headlights. So I'll just show you an outside view, and I do have the case ready to pop off on this, so I will show you the inner workings. But before I take the case off, I just wanted to show you, this may or may not be on your sign, but the actual born on date of when it was made. And patent pending, and then it shows some of the details and such. And as you can see, 1, 2, 3 fluorescent bulb starters on this. Now let's look at the inside. Okay, here it is, the case. I believe it's got 8 screws around the edge, and you take it off, but here are the inner workings of the Miller Coast to Coast version 1. This motor is slower. I believe it's a 1 RPM motor. I believe the Scenorama has a 1.5, but I got this going by, and it's even got the same little catch as the Scenorama, but there is a pin that comes out of the motor, and that needs to hit the edge of this plastic deal, and this was crushed or pushed over, so it was not catching. But what I usually do, this sign had probably been frozen, I don't know for how long, but what you want to do is what I did anyway, is I take these clips and pop them off the bottom and the top, and that reduces the tension on this scroll or tube here, and that will allow you to also pull this scroll off. And I removed this outer white guard here. It's got screws up on top and down here on the bottom, and that will allow you to access the motor. So you might, it's still not working perfectly, but it is scrolling there. It just took a jump, and now this is going to go back and catch here as it comes around. See, it catches the edge, and now we're up and scrolling again. But as you can see here too, light here, light in the back window, light on all these tap knobs, in the sky, less filling. And this is kind of ingenious. They put the seam for the scroll in the Hamm Scenorama. It's a birch tree, or a pine tree, I guess, but they put the attachment for the scroll right in the telephone line. But let's check out here too. We've got it in the lighthouse. We've got cans down below the dock here. We've got it on all the flags. We've got it there and on the plywood. Light in the street sign. Light on the post office box. Conan the Beer-Barian. Lakeside story. And it's got it on the taxi. Also on the bottle. The scroll. You'll have fun. And the slower speed for this really allows for some great motion, and it is a captivating, really neat sign. But you can see all the different transformers here, and there's a whole another thing if those are out. But I was amazed with my limited mechanical ability that I was able to get this sign going. Of course, it helps to have Dr. Hamm's on speed dial, but for me, I probably take an hour to boil minute rice. I'm not that mechanically inclined. I did get this going with a little 3-in-1 oil in all the bearings, and what you want to do is tip it up on end, and gravity is your friend for allowing oil to seep into these bearings, and you can turn them by hand too. But so here it is with the scroll going, and I think this is a real underrated, super cool sign, and if you like motion signs, you'll definitely like this. Alright, I know it wasn't groundbreaking or didn't show you the fixes and everything, but this was just kind of a general informative video, and wanted to put this sign, if it wasn't already on your radar, for pretty amazing motion signs. This one is definitely one of them. So the Miller Lite first generation coast to coast sign, made in 1996 from the tundra in my backyard in Minnesota. Hopefully you like this, and hopefully I'll cross paths with you at a show or online somewhere. Barry the Beer Guy from iBuyOldBeer.com. Take care, stay hydrated.